Hi everybody, this week was exciting to see all those stars under the lights of Paris, from Kylie Jenner to Doja Cat to Suga from BTS, and also the elite supermodels like Irina Shayk, Shalom Harlow, Anna Ewers and many more. And let's talk also about the shows that stole the lights this week, and made everybody talk about, not just in the industry, but also everywhere. And yes, I'm talking about the Schiaparelli show and Viktor and Rolf show. So let's jump now to this week's episode of What's Popping Inside Fashion. Let's first address the elephant in the room, which a lot of people heard about the fashion weeks, but they don't know what they are. What are the important ones that the biggest brands and designers display their pieces in? So there is a brief definition about the fashion weeks. A fashion week is a fashion event that lasts approximately a week, but actually most of them last more than a week. They are called fashion weeks cause in the past it was exactly a week, but now they are more flexible. So those weeks is where designers and brands or houses display their collections, who it will be influential to the upcoming fashion trends for the season, to the media and customers. The most prominent fashion weeks called the Big Four, starting with New York, then London and Milan, and finally Paris in that order. These are the fashion capitals of the world with exquisite fashion heritage, structured organization, and the most vaunted fashion designers, and which receive the majority of press coverage. On July 19, 1943, the first ever Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, was held with one main purpose: to give fashion buyers alternatives to French fashion during World War II, when workers in the fashion industry were unable to travel to Paris. Paris began holding couture shows in 1945. Milan Fashion Week was founded by the Italian Chamber of Commerce in 1958. Paris Fashion Week was further organized in 1973 under the French Fashion Federation, and London Fashion Week was founded by the British Fashion Council in 1984. There are primarily two kinds of shows, those of women's wear and menswear. There are also shows particular to each location. For example, most haute couture shows are held in Paris, while most business and sales-oriented shows take place in New York. Now we all know some information about the Fashion Week, so let's start our video and see what's popping inside the Paris Fashion Week. We begin with the show that stole the spotlight from everyone, the Schiaparelli show, that took inspiration from Dante's Inferno and Three Beasts for his collection. Daniel Roseberry dressed Shalom Harlow up as the leopard, Naomi as the wolf, and Irina Shayk as the lion. All three were sculpted and embroidered by hand, celebrating the beauty of nature and guarding the woman who wears it, say the designer. And you can see the touch of surrealism that the house is known in all the pieces, and especially the beasts ones. But what sent the show on fire was the presence of two of the biggest influencers in the fashion industry, wearing pieces from Schiaparelli house: Kylie Jenner with the black dress with lion head on it, and the golden toes shoes, and Doja Cat's thousands diamond red dress, which she was all covered with 30,000 Swarovski crystals. That was shocking and vibrant. That what made the Schiaparelli show my favorite this week. And like what Diet Prada said, what a way to kick off Couture Week. Well, now let's talk about the show that I didn't like at all, the Viktor and Rolf. Like, what is this? I know some of you will say, oh my god, how they did it, this is so impressive. Look at the structural engineering of the dresses. I know, and shout out to that extremely talented team behind the scenes. It is a great display of workmanship, but my problem is with the idea. It's not thinking outside the box. It's just a joke. From when haute couture meant to troll, they look like they desperately trying to look cool. Sorry, I don't see any innovation or genius here. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments section below. So let's come back to the actual fashion, with some collections that I loved in Paris Fashion Week, starting with Rahul Mishra's collection Cosmos. And when you hear the word cosmos, you imagine stars, planets and starry nights, but actually the collection was like a multiverse with lots of details. When you see the pieces for the first time, it looks amazing. But the beautiful thing is, when you look again, and you find other details, and every time you look you discover something new. And let's not forget the motifs, from representations of skyscrapers growing like wild vines, and massive-scale jellyfish merging with spiral galaxies, to the tiniest ladybugs. It was just extravagant. Let's continue our journey with Giambattista Valli and their amazing show. Okay, I confess my weakness is roses, so when I saw the collection, I just fall in love with it, with all those roses. Just look at this dress. Absolutely amazing, and all the collection was lovely and romantic. I just love it. We move on to the Valentino Lee Club Couture. The collection was great with that pure paolo pixely excellence. And like they said on their Instagram, a futuristic interpretation of an iconic design. and you can see in the designs that unimaginable mix between the club culture and haute couture that gave me a glance of boldness and magic. Finally, we end our video and Paris Fashion Week with Robert One show that has actually an interesting topic as an inspiration, imaging the fear and anxiety that you feel before your presentations, job interviews, first day at school, or presenting your collection at Paris Fashion Week for the first time, and take that feeling and turn it into an inspiration. That's exactly what Robert One did, and greatly excelled, especially if you are the closing show for the biggest fashion event in the world. But like they say, pressure creates diamonds. I recommend everybody to take a look to this well-crafted pieces. So we reached the end of the video. If you make it to this point, please consider clicking the like and subscribe buttons, and see next time.